Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to episode 3 of Asobi Asobase. So yeah, not really much to talk about going into this because it's very episodic, it's very skit-based. There is an ongoing thing about their club and everything and about how that's going. But even the ongoing story about the one girl trying to learn English from the other, like that was even kind of abandoned at this point when it was found out that, oh, she doesn't actually know English because she wasn't actually born in America. She just has American parents. But yeah, so the series just is these three girls just goofing off and taking part in these fun little activities, basically. As well as some really, really interesting expressions and wild, just completely wild, over the top, exaggerated comedy, which is good, and I enjoy it. But yeah, it's just there's not really much to say each time. So we're gonna just get right into this. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow a link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we will begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. This was an interesting episode. Yeah, this is another one of those shows where there's not really a lot to actually discuss. Because in the end, not really much of anything actually happened. So the first thing, they were playing just this little game and it's like, oh, I'll get you a soda now because I lost. And Kasumi's like, no, that's not right. Let's not do that. We can come up with some kind of punishment as long as it doesn't involve like going and getting someone something or forcing them to do something. And then they go with, okay, loser has to sniff armpits. And it's like, what? How do you even go from getting someone a soda to sniffing armpits? And then it's all of a sudden, instead, it's the winner sniffs armpits, and it's like, oh, I'm confused now. And they're just going ham with it and everything. Then there's the one with the teacher. We see that Hanako has a candy in class. She's trying to hide it when she's presenting, but accidentally gets it lodged in her throat and freaks out. I believe was it Kasumi who called it a mandrake shriek, because that was hilarious. But the teacher ends up coming with Hanako to the club, and she thinks it's going to help her be able to get matchmaking done, because she feels lonely and everything, which I can relate to. But when she finds out it's just games and stuff, basically, she's disappointed, but is kind of roped in to the club when they make this Twitter account for her and basically hijack it right away. And she ends up becoming the club's advisor somehow. Basically because they put it in her Twitter bio without her even agreeing to it, and she seems pretty timid and agreeable, so she just does it. And then we have the one with the Shogi Club. So the Shogi Club ends up putting in the proper paperwork to make this room their own. Unfortunately, that means the president of the student council has to kick out the Pastimers Club since they don't really have a right to the room at all. So they end up like debating, we'll put in the paperwork now and stuff. But the Shogi Club's like, you know what? Let's just settle this like adults, and it's like we'll play a pastime with you. And whoever wins gets the club room. And honestly speaking, that's like a legitimately fair way to handle this disagreement. It's like, yeah, we'll play a game. Whoever wins gets the room. Fair enough. And so it seemed like Hanako was the one to come up with the idea. They're doing a shoe throwing thing. And here's the fun thing. This is actually something my friends and I used to do in middle school and stuff. We would throw our shoes off of our feet and see how far we could get them. It was actually a thing. Like, so this is the first one that I really can relate to, like, from a personal level. Um, so they take turns. Hanako does absolutely horribly, kicking her shoe straight up in the air, landing pretty much right next to the line. Although the members of the Shogi Club aren't doing exceptionally well either. Eventually, Kasumi does pretty well, and another member of the club does well. But then Olivia's up, and Olivia decides, like, no, the rules never said anything against swings, so I'm going to get on the swing and launch my shoe off that way. And it works excellently. But then the Shogi Club leader's like, you know what? You're right. No one said anything against bikes either. So she rides her bike down the hill, launches herself off the bike, launches her shoe off. It goes further than anyone else's, basically becoming the winner. But she massively injures herself because of it. To the point where they don't even get the club room because she has to stay at home due to her massive injuries and get homeschooled, so the club just meets there. Like, seriously, when she launched herself off, I'm like, can you just do that? And then when it's like, when she started, like, rolling and smashing against the ground and shit, it's like, that's like, ugh, that's rough. That was insane. In a good way, in a fun way. And then there was the after credits thing with the puppets and hide and seek, and that was just a what the fuck moment. But overall, this episode was what I would have expected. It was insanity. It was random. It was exceptionally over the top, and that's what this series seems to be. So yeah, I did enjoy it. Even if I was completely thrown off by some of the things. But tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Asobi Asobase. Tell me your thoughts down in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles,